Bum. It's your boy Big Vern. It's the bottom of the hour. Y'all rocking with the best. I know, that's why y'all here. Before we get into it, we're gonna hit you with a rap break. Y'all know how we do. Give me a beat. Ba-bum. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what we do. We pushing another rap album. Joey Badass. It's Lonely at the Top. In stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the track is going to be Dark Aura. That's cold. That's cold. Swank White. Super Flea. High Roller. BK's Finest. BK Finest is wow. Underwater. That's probably one of my favorite songs. I was listening to that before I even cut this spot. Speeding Through the Rain, Still with Absol and Rhapsody. My goodness. Lonely at the Top, the entitled track itself. Joey Badass. Don't sleep on this one. Very good buy. In stores now. Shout out to Joey Badass doing this thing. Make sure you go ahead and show him some love. Like I said, it's Lonely at the Top. I thought it was dope. I went ahead and copped it. For whatever you think of South Florida Bulls, they are playing no games. They are playing the upset game, and they're ruining a lot of games. They're ruining a lot of teams' chances to make it into the college playoff. Let's just be real. Nobody knew Boise State was trash before they snapped the ball in the season opener. They thoroughly embarrassed Boise State. How would it go this week when they had to go to Gainesville in the swamp to play the Florida Gators? It went exactly how you didn't think it would. Now, not every game is going to be an offensive juggernaut where you got guys going for 340 yards and 4 touchdowns. Those games are a rarity, so you need to appreciate those. But if you're a fan of Slobberknocker, pin your ears back, get down, go in between the tackles, and pop the pads, then this was your kind of game. The South Florida Bulls proved that they are not only athletic, but they can get physical when they need to get physical, because this game going into halftime was not pretty. This game going to halftime was 9-6. This was a one-score game. And to see them with that kind of pressure on the road and still deliver a win, that's impressive. And this week coming, they've got the Miami Hurricanes. If they're able to beat Carson Beck and Mario Cristobal and the Canes in South Beach, now you've got to look at them and say, this could be one of the teams that makes it into the college playoff that can play spoiler and knock one of the big boys off, because just by their opening 3 games of the season, they have the most impressive record. If you're not biased and you're not some conference wonk, you can look at this and say they beat Boise State out of the Mountain West. They beat the SEC of Florida defense, an SEC Florida defense. And now you're getting one of the big dogs in the ACC. If they're able to beat them, then hey, look, it's no holds barred. As a team, like I said, this wasn't pretty. You had 391 yards total. I think the kid from Oregon had more yards than this, if I'm not mistaken, by himself. 253 of those were through the air, 128 rushing yards. Now, that's 128 rushing yards is really good. There's nothing to sneeze at. However, they put 128 rushing yards on a SEC defense. That has to give them a little bit more credit and give them some notoriety. 20 first downs, 6 of 16 on third down. If you look at it, they even punted the ball 6 times. They punted the ball 6 times. They didn't win the time of possession. That went to the Gators in 34 minutes and 14 seconds. And all they did was win in big situations. You can have the numbers. You can have all the stats you want. But at the end of the day, when this just comes back to heart and get down there and the lowest man wins, the South Florida Bulls are no joke. They're no joke. Tell you what, let's get another rap album in, then we'll be back to talk about it just a little bit further. It's your boy Big Vern. It's your boy Big Vern. Y'all know what it is. We pumping another rap album this month. Kwame, The Different Kids, in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the track is going to be Kwame Show, Hello, anybody? Adulthood, No Way, Go Away with Vivian Green, Miss Mary Mack. I love that song. Miss Mary Mack is wow. Old school rapper and Nobody. Kwame, The Different Kids in stores now. Shout out to Kwame doing his thing, The Different Kids in stores. Make sure y'all go pick that up. I thought it was dope myself. However, getting back on this South Florida thing, the Bulls, led by Byron Brown, that kid, they're 23 of 36 for 263 yards in the score. He also pulled his number down 17 times and called it and ran for 66 yards. That's about 3 yards a carry, almost 4. Isaac, he was his that's his running mate down there, the number one running back in that room. He had 5 grabs for 36 yards, and then you had Singleton in that wide receiver room. He had 2 grabs for 75 yards in the score. That's about 37 yards per play. This kid, like I said, they balled out of control. And I know people were thinking that DJ Lagway was going to go ahead and give South Florida a lot of problems. I mean, he's good at racking up yards, but I mean, why go for 23 of 33 for 222 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception and a loss? I thought that the Bulls had a good game plan. We'll contain the middle of the field. We'll also crash the edges. We'll make DJ Lagway beat us with his arm until he proves that he can. We're just going to make him keep everything right here in the middle of the field. And I thought it was a great game plan. And it worked. It worked. And again, where do you go with this? If you're Florida, because Florida, you just took this loss to an unranked team. The 13th ranked team in the country just lost to an unranked South Florida team. I don't know what you make of this. I really don't, because you have LSU next. This game was pretty much a confidence booster, and it was supposed to play you into an LSU game where you got to go down there and you got to see Brian Kelly. I don't know if you're ready for that. And then, depending on how this game goes this week coming between South Florida and Miami, if Miami's pissed off they got upset, if they're pissed off they got upset by South Florida, now you could be running into a buzzsaw. Then you get Texas to jump up and down on you like a dirty mattress. Then A&M comes to town. You got a freebie, a walkthrough, Mississippi State. Trust me, that's the JV of the NFL. Well, that's the JV of the SEC. That's not even a real game. Trust me on that one. Then you got to go to Georgia. Georgia's going to go ahead and get you. That's going to be a game played in neutral turf. You get Kentucky, depending on how Marky Mark and the dummy bunch, that whole thing plays out. Then you got to fight Ole Miss. That game is another revenge game that Lane Kiffin is looking to get back, because that's the game that saw Jackson Dart throw 4 or 5 interceptions and bust out crying like a woman walking off the field. So, yeah, that embarrassment, he wants to go ahead and get that back. Florida, Tennessee, a renewed rivalry. I don't know if they will both be ranked when this game rolls around, but if Florida is needing a top win to be catapulted into some sort of college playoff, that's going to have to get it. And then they're going to have to go see FSU. They put them back on the schedule to get the rivalry back at the end. I want to say if they just play the rivalries in the state of Florida, it'll be probably one of the hardest schedules out there, because Miami is really good. Florida State is ranked. And now you have to play South Florida, which is a game dog in the division. Wow. Where do you go? Where do you go? Florida fan, get in the comments. Let me know. Were you disappointed at the way this thing turned out? Again, if you are listening to this pod, get in the comments. Let us know, did we get it right? What did we leave out? This is Big Vern. We talk back. We'll be back. We'll be back. Top of the hour. This is your boy Big Vern at App Stupid.